Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History. This show is about what happened to date through the annals of recorded history. Join us as we delve into yesteryear, not only for interesting and important events, but possibly to even answer questions you don't know you have. The sources of this information come from the smart device application Today in History. What happened today in history? Go for it. Sorry.
Well, I said on thisday.com. I thought it was mentioned already.
Yeah, well, historical calendar and the website on thisday.com. So... Anyway, for links to those sources and music and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Please check out our link tree. We are in a lot of places. Anyway, I'm Xander, and today I'm joined by...
The Rhombuser.
Rusty.
And the lovely, who is Alice?
And we will be joined by the Golden Loon here soon, hopefully sooner rather than later. And of course, you viewer are you. Who wants to start us off today, which is... Sun's Day, aka Sunday, July 30th, 2023. Who wants to start us off in 101 BC?
Xander, honestly, I think you should take this one.
Alright. Why, am I a caveman or something? Ooga booga?
No, I like the picture, and it's already like an historical event right off the bat, so you should take it.
Alright. 101 BC, we have the Battle of Vercelli. Roman army under Gaius Marius defeated the Cimbri in Cisphalian Gaul, ending the Celto-Germanic threat on Italy's border with over 100,000 Cimbri killed. That is a lot of people, especially back then. That is a genocide. 100,000? Yeah, holy crap.
That's BC. That's not even after Christ, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like 99 years before Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Anyway, moving on up to 762, the city of Baghdad was founded by Abbasid Caliph al-Mansur, just north of ancient Baghdad. And Baghdad is actually on the ruins of Babylon. Like, like with the Gardens of Babylon, or actually maybe because it's theorized the actual Gardens of Babylon were not in Babylon, they were somewhere else. That's why we couldn't find them in Babylon. But the actual city of Babylon, is what it was where the current city of Baghdad stands. So.
Are you saying so like Babylon, like with like the Babylon Tower and everything like that?
Yes. Yeah, like the Tower of Babylon and all that stuff. Yes, yeah. Like the ancient civilization. That's where the city of Babylon is where Baghdad currently stands.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny to you when you look at this picture of like the mosque and everything? You notice the satellite dishes that are just right out there with a whole bunch of other crap. Stuff.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Well, I see like the speakers around the top for like prayers and all that stuff.
No, I'm talking about on the ground, like.
Oh yeah, down there. I see. Well, I think that's a roof of another building, but yeah, modern age, satellite dishes, got to get that TV,
Gotta get that info.
Yeah.
And Dan, you got a good one right here too, bud.
Yeah, in 1178, Frederick I of Barbarossa. Or Frederick I Barbarossa, Holy Roman Emperor, was crowned King of Burgundy. All right.
So what during that time, King of Burgundy? Where was that location around? Actually,
Holy Roman Emperor was crowned King of Burgundy. So
yeah. So where's
Is that a wine?
Burgundy wine or a burgundy hair color?
We just got joined by
Golden Loon.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Hey. Burgundy is East France.
Yeah.
Dude, I love how his crown actually shows the top of his head.
Where? Oh yeah.
The picture of King Frederick? Yeah.
Yeah. Simpler times, simpler crowns, and then later on they had to get more ornate to try to one up each other. The common human factor, you always gotta be better than your peers, show off, do some flexes, But, to answer your question, Alice, the top of what Rusty already said, Burgundy is a historical region in east-central France. It's famous for its Burgundy wines, as Loon here said, as well as Pinot Noirs and Chardonnay, Chablis, and Beaujolais.
You don't know your wines, do you?
No.
David, just call it a Jacquard wine.
Yeah. The area is crisscrossed by a network of canals and studded with grand chateaux, some now luxury hotels. The capital, Dijon, of mustard fame. Wow. Is home to the imposing Palace of the Dukes, where the distinguished Musée des Beaux-Arts was established in back in 1787. Wow.
So they have lots of mustard, lots of wine, and probably lots of cheese.
Yeah.
It's perfect France area.
Yeah.
You should do the 1419 right below it. That one is.
Well, I've done 3, so why don't we go over to you, Miss Alice?
All right, so I'll start in 1419. It's just right below Roderick Barbarossa, I should say.
Yeah.
The first defenestration of Prague, an anti-Catholic Hussites, followers of executed reformer Jean Hus, storm Prague town hall, throw the judge, mayor, and several city council members out the window. They die in the fall or killed by crowd outside.
I mean, this is something we got to do in this country and the rest of the world. We got to just start throwing the people, like, out windows. Like, you know, we're tired of this horse shit. We're done with it. Enough. You know? Like, seriously. So, we got to take a lesson from that.
Well, actually, we have I'm going to go to 1619. House of Burgesses. Virginia forms first elective American governing body.
Ah, okay. Yeah, the Virginia colony. You know?
Yeah.
You're right.
All right.
Well, I mean, unless you saw something that was a little different, like more. Well,
no, I saw that too. As you said it, I'm like, hey, good call. You know?
Yeah. So then we're going to move to 1646 here. We have the English Parliament sets King Charles I Newcastle propositions.
All right.
What were the propositions, if you don't mind me asking?
Let's see here. Let's look up the entire article of good old Pencilhead.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, 1646. Is this the same year? Yeah.
Yep.
The Scots captured King Charles I and opened negotiations with Parliament. It demanded the Newcastle propositions that included accepting the Covenant, installing a Presbyterian form of church government, giving Parliament control of the army for 20 years, and turn over key supporters for punishment. Huh.
Damn.
All right.
So the King Charles today, is he the second, third, fourth? What is he?
Is he Charles?
Yeah, isn't he King Charles?
I thought it was King Henry or King Harry.
No.
That was
Harry's
King
his son.
Charles I that did this, so, I mean...
Well, let's see here. Current King of England. Charles III.
Third, okay.
So yeah, so this is Charles
Oh,
I.
so he's a descendant of him.
Sure.
Maybe, possibly?
Absolutely is. That's the lineage.
I'm not entirely sure because the current ruling class, you know, the Queen Elizabeth and all that stuff, they're of Germanic descent. So unless
what does that mean?
They're from Germany. They're from
okay.
yeah. So they're not of England.
They're
So
European.
but this guy is of British descent.
Okay.
So like, because what I'm saying
somewhere
is
there's got to be a connection because I don't think the lineage
There always
is
is.
broken.
I think the reason they're calling him Charles III is because he's the third Charles to rule England.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I believe that is what that is.
hold on a second.
He's probably loosely related to
the
him.
third related to
Blood
Charles the First.
Damn.
Let's see here. Descendants of Charles I of England, such as Charles III United Kingdom, today. Okay.
Yeah. So he is a descendant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be.
All right.
There you go.
Well, then I guess the Germanic nobility took over a lot earlier than I thought.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Well, then again, if you also look at, like, United States presidents, almost every president is loosely related to
Oh, that's
another
why.
president.
Like that's what it's saying. You know, like presidents are selected, not elected. Like you know, the entire world. Like we think we're individual countries when we're not. Like you know, like the United Nations, the European Union, NATO. Like you know, all these larger than government bodies that govern other governments. That's just them showing off what's truly happening. The entire world is secretly controlled by like you know BlackRock, Rothschilds, Illuminati, whatever you want to call it. Like you know,
It goes by many names.
Yeah.
Just not late for dinner.
like in all, but in all actuality, all of these leaders of the world are in cahoots, in bed with each other, and often somehow related. Like you know, we are all peasants. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Going back to the Charles thing, you got to remember back in the day it was common for the royal family to marry a prince to a princess from another country.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
That is true
Absolutely.
as well.
I will say one thing that though, King Charles I, sports facial hair way better than Charles III will ever.
Absolutely.
Like I don't think I've ever seen him with a beard. Like
No.
maybe he just can't grow one.
Well, speaking of masonry and stuff, we're going to be coming up to that here. But MTM, welcome to the show.
buddy.
Would you?
Morning.
Morning. Alice, is it still your turn? I'm not sure.
Nope, no, I already did.
Right.
That was my third right there.
All
So
right,
it goes on
perfect.
to the next.
MTM, if you want, you can start us off with 1729.
The city of Baltimore is founded.
All right. Happy
Oh,
birthday,
damn.
Baltimore.
How about
Happy
that?
birthday, Baltimore.
Yeah. And speaking of cities starting with B, right after that, we got something else.
The Society of Freemasons opens first American lodge in Boston.
Ooh,
Ah,
the
They
first.
do a Boston
Yeah.
accent.
Yeah. What year was that?
33.
1733.
All
Lucky
right.
33.
Okay.
333s and 777s.
Yeah.
And a 1.
Cook returns to England. 1775, Captain James Cook with the HMS Resolution safely returns to England at the end of his second voyage.
All right.
Damn.
Yep, an explorer, and I think this is the guy. Yeah, he died in a fight with Hawaiians. Yeah, he got killed by a people that are stereotypically overly peaceful.
Yeah.
So what did he do to deserve such violence?
That's what
It
kicked
was-
me
it was
in
a-
the ass.
He
Standard,
probably,
it was
he probably claimed to be the king and tried to move the rock, and then they found out he was capping, so they had to cap him.
I was just gonna say it was the pompadour, but I
Uh-huh.
mean, Romney's had like a better one right there.
Moving on up, 1792, 500 Marsilician men sing France's national anthem for the first time. All right. I hope they're well choreographed. It's a lot of...
Well, technically, Romney's had 2 more to read, unless he only wanted to do 1.
No, he read 3.
Oh yeah, he did. Oh yeah, he just went through them so
And that wasn't
quickly.
Rhombus, that was
He quick
MTM.
like- he was quick
Wait
like
a-
a bunny.
Wait a minute. When did I read?
Yeah, no, it wasn't even rhombus, Alice.
Me and
Oh,
Rhombus
MTM,
are
I'm
such
sorry,
good...
MTM, not Romney.
Yeah, we're
MTM.
such good gym bros that she made that mistake, and we're both so pumped and jacked these days. It's hard to get us
Sorry,
started, you know?
you guys are just so masculine. I forgot.
My goodness.
Are you sure you're not twins?
Yeah.
No,
I don't know if
yeah. MTM just did it so quickly. I'm so sorry, buddy.
Yeah, no, because he gets through it. He's efficient. 1811, Father Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla, leader of the Mexican insurgency, is executed after being found guilty of treason by the Spanish military in Chihuahua, Mexico. Listen to me, Ramos, sir. My voice will break whenever I damn well please.
Why was he what was he considered treasonous for though? What was his crime of treason? What did he do?
He was leader of the Mexican insurgency. So he tried to overthrow the government. Maybe I think.
Well, that's what insurgency is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I suppose.
All right.
So, okay.
And in 1825, the Malden Island was discovered in the Central Pacific by British warship HMS Blonde. Oh, all right. Let's get
Whoops.
back over to Miss Alice in 1836.
1836, you say?
Yes.
Well, we have the first English language newspaper published in Hawaii.
All right.
Hawaii.
And the one right after that actually is pretty
Yeah, I was
interesting.
actually going to go for that one too. I was looking at that. I was like, oh, so we have 1844, just a few years later. Not quite a decade, but 8 years later. We have the first U.S. yacht club in New York. The yacht club organized by John Cox Stevens and 8 friends aboard the Gimcrack.
Huh.
Gimcrack.
That's an interesting name for a boat, but yeah.
I don't
cool.
think I would ever name my boat Gimcrack.
Yeah, that
Gimcrack.
sounds like slang for some kind of orifice. So
Yeah.
maybe,
And then we also, from there, so we have a boat club, and then we have 1863 right below it here. The
Yeah.
Indian Wars, Chief Popitello of the Shoshone tribe signs
Shoshone.
the Shoshone. Thank you. Sorry, the Shoshone tribe signs a treaty of Fox Elder, promising to stop harassing the immigrant trails in southern Idaho and northern Utah.
Ah, don't touch it.
Oh damn! Who's getting this one? This one's awesome.
MTM.
Yes, my likeness, the man I was in a past life that everyone tells me.
You certainly are skinny enough.
Yeah. In 1863, President Abraham Lincoln issues eye for an eye order to shoot a rebel prisoner for every black prisoner shot.
Yep, and he did this. He did this to discourage the South from acting on their racial impulses. Like this is something he did directly to like force another government to treat blacks better. Like, you know, hey, like you mistreat your blacks, we're gonna mistreat your whites. You know, like because we all are equal. Like Abraham Lincoln, the great emancipator. A lot of people, you know, he is on a pedestal. Maybe he should be on a higher one. You know.
Yeah.
Because he did a lot of stuff, you know, that people don't even talk about like this. You know, this is like...
Well, I've always said you can't look at history in today's values. But boy, howdy, that sounds horrible to me. But you got to look at it in that day's value. And you.
Well, I am. That's why I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, that's why he did this. He's doing this as a way, like, hey, don't just kill your blacks. Because
that sends chills down my back to hear that.
Yeah, well...
I mean, take the color out and, you know, eye for an eye. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, well...
Absolutely, Pops, dude. I agree with you there. Like, you gotta understand the times of what was like, and we have no idea what it really was like.
Yeah, no.
We have a lot more luxuries than they did back then, and we also like had different times and rulings. I mean, we were just a new country back then.
Oh, well, I mean, like, you know, you want to talk about differences in times. Like, I saw a video a while ago about, like, back in the day, like, when, like, you know, the colonial days, and before we even declared independence, actually, like, you know, like, our founding fathers, like, you know, there's a story, I believe, George Washington and Benjamin Franklin, like, you know, they're out, you know, campaigning or doing something, like, you know, as founding fathers do, or to be founding fathers. They're doing their thing. Okay, and they were, you know, going. Now we have hotels, you know, we have, you know, motor lodges, we have all this stuff today. Back then, you're traveling around, you might not find a hotel, you might have to find some random person's, you know, house in the middle of nowhere, and that's what these two did. George Washington, you know, I believe it was George Washington and not Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, literally slept in the same bed together because that's all that they had. Like, you make do with what you got. And now any Joe Schmo can just go and just, you know, go to a Marriott and have chocolate on their pillow and dude, this is unimaginable to the people who formed this country. Like,
Oh, Mr. President, we rented a room, but they only had one bed. Yes, we're gonna have to sleep together.
Hey, we have way more luxuries today than when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So come on, you know.
Well,
imagine the difference between then and back in Lincoln's day.
You know what's really sad, though? Is that the luxuries of today's children are going to be only in the imagination of tomorrow's. We're going down. You know?
Wow.
Like, because, you know, today's kids, you know, and the future kids and stuff, they're not going to have the luxuries I did when I had a kid.
Yeah.
You know? Like, well, when I was a kid. Not I had a kid, but
well,
when
we're going to be back to peeling bark off of trees to heat ourselves.
Well, that's the thing.
Go either way.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back on track with this history here. Mr. MTM.
I was going to ask him if he would read the 1864 and both of them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the Battle of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, burned by Union forces under McCausland.
Okay, so I guess the city of Chambersburg was burned down.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, they raised cities a lot during warfare.
Mm-hmm.
In 1864, again, the U.S. Civil War, siege of Pittsburgh, Union General Ambrose Burnside falls in an attack on Pittsburgh, Virginia, in the Battle of the Crater.
Yeah. Petersburg, not Pittsburgh.
Petersburg, excuse me.
He failed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Battle of the Crater, yikes.
Yeah. I just figured those two were pretty interesting, so.
2 years later, in 1866, New Orleans Democratic government ordered police to raid an integrated Republican Party meeting, killing 40 people and injuring 150.
Damn.
Those Democrats up to their old games, as they always have been,
Yeah.
They killed, they raided a Republican Party meeting and killed, like, why isn't this spoken about? Like,
Yeah.
like they've always been violent, or I guess mostly peaceful. So, 1869, the Charles, considered the world's first oil tanker, departed from the United States, headed for Europe with a bulk capacity of 7,000 barrels of oil, which is laughable in today's standards, but still, like, the world's first oil tanker in 1869.
Yeah, but the key there is
Yeah.
departs from the
I was
U.S. for
actually-
Europe.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah, we were sending it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, yeah, we were gonna bring, even though we got our independence, it's not an FU to Britain. We're like, no, we're just gonna give you things. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some under the table negotiations. For
Oh
that.
no, it wasn't really that. It's like we just wanted independence, and then we can work together. Like, 1870, the Republic of Klipdrift, what a name, is proclaimed by Transvaal President Andreas Pretorius after the discovery of diamonds in South Africa in 1866 resulted in a flood of treasure hunters. Ownership of the diamond fields was contested by the Boer republics. So I guess this was probably a catalyst for the Boer Wars.
The blood diamonds.
Yeah. Well, blood diamonds is because of, like, slavery and whatnot. No, the Boer...
Exactly. Well, it's still going on.
Well, yeah, no, but, like, this is the Boer Wars where actual, like, militaries going in and conflict happening, like, like any other war.
They were fighting. Yeah, they were fighting for the land to have those diamonds.
Yeah. Oh. Well, let's get back to you, Miss Alice, unless Romister wants one. I have something here in 1872.
1872.
Yeah.
Ramos, take 3, buddy.
I'll take it. All right. In 1872, Malon Loomis? Malon? Yeah, is it Malon? Malon?
Mahloon Loomis.
Malon Loomis. Patents wireless
Telegraphy.
Yeah.
Yeah, telegraphy.
So the wireless telegraph.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. Like, how did they have wireless back in 1872? How do you do that?
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Magic.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh God, you should do 1874, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah. In 1874, first baseball teams to play outside U.S. Boston and Philadelphia in the British Isles.
Huh, that's weird.
So baseball was played in England.
Yeah, but Boston and Philadelphia, both teams on the Eastern Coast, decided to travel 3,000 miles to play a game instead of 100. Okay.
Oh, damn.
Well, that was pretty hard to travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Huh.
That's
Because
pretty
they
awesome,
did
though.
that to broaden their audience. That's the reason they do that.
Yes, of course. But they just didn't hop on a plane and zip over there.
Yeah. No.
Hop on a jet and go. No.
Well, planes weren't
Like they
even
do
invented
today.
yet. Yeah.
They
Dude,
do their international games.
Yeah.
standard.
Yeah.
I don't mean to interject, but I was looking because we want to move time along. But 1878 is also a really good one because it's kind of ironic what happened in 1940, like 1938,
Oh yeah.
39.
Well, if Ramesers wants, he can take that, and then it'll be your turn, Alice.
All right.
In 1878, German anti-Semitism begins during the Reichstag election.
Ah. That was yeah, a long time before. Actually, Hitler was. When was Hitler born? Hold on a second. When was
Probably
Hitler?
like 10 years after that.
1889. Yeah. So yeah, wow, 11 years. Wow, dude. Did you look it up, MGM? That was a wild poll.
Yeah, good catch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Miss Alice.
It's funny that they say anti-Semitism. Where do you want me to go? What do you want me to read?
General mobilization in 1914, please.
1914, you say? Let's move up to 1914 then. General mobilization in 1914, after initial reluctance, the Tsar Nicholas II of the Russia is persuaded to decree a general mobilization in response to the Austria-Hungary's mobilization a few days earlier. Think, there's a slight quotation here, think of the thousands and thousands of men who would be sent to their deaths, he claims.
Yikes. Absolutely, yikes.
Yeah, actually, at one juncture, yeah, Russia actually had a good idea. By the way, look at that mustache and beard.
That's Russia, Alice, not French.
No, I said Russian.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, look at that fucking guy's mustache and, like,
No,
beard.
no,
You know, French have.
Alice,
Like,
Alice.
Oh.
He's not French. He's Russian.
well, I know. I'm saying not all, like, men have. I worded it wrong, didn't I?
Yeah, you're
I meant to
you
say
brought
Russians
French in
have
here.
good beards and mustaches too.
Yes.
Like when I think like a mustache like from France, I think Salvador Dali.
Oh,
Oh.
there you go.
What about
Yeah,
the?
the
That's a
handlebar.
staple, yeah, France.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the Inspector Gusteau mustache.
Handlebar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I see other mustaches, I don't think of them so much as a claw. I just think like, oh, well, they got good big mustache.
All right.
Anyway, let's
Take
go to
the-
1914 here.
Yeah, take
We
the
have
other
John-
two 14s.
Yeah, 1914. We have John French, appointed Commander-in-Chief of the British Expeditionary Force.
Yeah, Expeditionary.
Expeditionary Force.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Which, like, that was, when they're going to help France, along their lines. But speaking of that, the one that in between, our little Oreo cream, so to speak.
Oh, yes. We have in 1914 as well. Same day, the French troops withdraw 10 kilometers from German border.
Ooh, that's quite a pullback there.
Yeah, well, this is like
That's gonna
during
be
World
World
War
War I,
like
right?
the
Yeah.
beginnings of World War One and,
Yeah.
and everything. So makes
Okay.
sense.
Okay, now here we go. This is actually a Mandela effect. This next one up here, 1916. German saboteurs blew up a munitions plant on Black Tom Island in New Jersey, and
Wow.
Ooh.
a lot of people don't really know about that.
No.
And this is why I'm saying like this is a Mandela effect, because I've seen several videos about it where some people say like that there's very few like mentions about it online and all
Never
that stuff.
heard of it.
Yeah, and this is actually a bigger explosion or something or it was bigger than 9/11 or something. Or I'm trying to remember exactly what they said during the video. But like, hold on a second. Let me just look this up here to see Black Tom Island Mandela effect. Hold on.
Yeah, I want to know
It was
more.
like half the power of an atomic bomb, from what I remember. But it happened in the universe I came from.
That's a big boom.
Yeah, here we go. So the Black Tom explosion. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, the Mandela effect, Statue of Liberty at Black Tom Island, because it said the explosion was so big it damaged the Statue of Liberty,
Oh.
but it never was damaged. That's the Mandela effect.
Oh, okay. Now I see what you're saying.
So yeah, like now that I have like more pieces of the puzzle to explain.
Yeah.
But like yeah, so like Rusty here, he knows what I'm talking about. So like it is a thing.
I've actually
So we
never
actually
even
attacked
heard
by
of
the
this,
Germans
so
on
maybe
our
the
own
Mandela
land.
Yes.
effect I got.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, no, they came out and they sabotaged. What was it? Munitions? Munitions
Well,
plant.
that's what made it so big.
Yeah.
Because wouldn't you think because of the year, like, wouldn't you think that we would, just because of that, we would have gone in, but was, like, thinking of the Lusitania?
Oh yeah, that's.
Why we went
I
in?
was literally just thinking about the Lusitania because the Lusitania was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Right.
That got, but and I think I'm remembering this correctly. The Mandela effect also says that it wasn't the Lusitania; it was the Black Tom Island explosion that got us into the First World War.
Which one was first?
Black Tom.
Lusitania? Or this one
Actually,
was
no,
first?
Yeah, the
Lusitania was
island.
first. Lusitania.
No, it was the Lusitania was first?
I think Lusitania was sunk in 1914. 15, May 7th, 1915.
Okay, so well, good pull anyway. So
Okay,
that
so
was
yeah,
first.
that was the
Lusitania
straw
was
that
first.
broke. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's why this one gets a little blended in.
Oh, okay.
So were we
So-
already in the war by 1916 when this happened? Were we in the war?
I believe we did declare war,
Should've
but
been,
we
yeah.
weren't physically there yet. We declared war, and then
But
we
if we're
said,
in the war, then that's why Germany's hitting us.
yeah.
Okay.
But we didn't start. Our troops didn't start landing there until 1917.
It's irrelevant. If we
Yeah.
declared war on Germany,
Yeah.
then they
So-
hit us during war.
So that explains why the whole thing kind of like goes under the brush, because we were already in war. Why
Yeah.
talk about more horrible atrocities?
But the pitch is always we were never attacked on our own soil.
Well, no, that was the pitch for World War II.
And
Right,
World
and-
War
and
II.
World War-
And no, it's no one for World War II. Yeah,
However, and I'm
and
thinking
that's not correct. Well,
No. However,
Hawaii wasn't part of.
No.
It's a territory.
Don't forget the Japanese incendiary balloon bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
That did kill a mother and her child in Oregon when they saw something and they're like, "What is this?" And then it blew up and killed them. But like for the same reasons as this is what I'm thinking. I'm developing a theory right now. The reason why it wasn't really so widespread knowledge about those balloons until recently is because the government tried to keep that covered up so that way people would feel more safer, especially during the war.
Yeah.
If people knew that Japan's sending incendiary bombs over here and there's nothing we can do about it, then they wouldn't want continuous war. Like now they're hitting us. Like we don't want that. So maybe that's why this was brushed under the rug to keep morale up. Because we weren't even actively fighting, and then we got hit by this explosion. But then again, something that big, you can't cover up. Because it wasn't just a mother and her daughter. This is like an entire munitions plant that, and as the Mandela effect suggests, the Statue of Liberty was damaged. This would have been, publicly known. But anyway, let's get back on track here. I don't even...
Yeah, I was about to say, actually, I have a few ones, like, I want to talk about, but, or read. But,
whose turn was it?
It's not my turn, but 1923 is a good one.
Go for it.
And then from 1930 to 1932.
Well, go for it, Alice. Let's just reset turns, Alice. Go for it, Alice. Read 1923.
Pick out the ones you
Okay,
want.
well, actually, there's four of them. So actually,
read all four.
Fine. 1923, New Zealand claims Ross dependency in Antarctica.
Huh. What is that?
So they want to have their own little plot of land in Antarctica. So they get from that. And then we have in 1928, we have George Eastman shows the first amateur color motion picture to guests at his New York house, including Thomas Edison.
Huh.
Of course, he became famous with Kodak. Eastman Kodak.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The next three I think are really cool too. So because I used to play soccer for one, but we're not there yet. 1930, we have the first broadcast of Death Valley Days on NBC Radio.
What is that? Death Valley Days.
It's like a radio show.
Well, a soap opera or something.
Kind of like one of those story time things, I think. So Death Valley Days. Same day, same year. We have the 1930, the first FIFA World Cup happened, and so this was between the Estadio Centenario, Montevideo, Uruguay. Uruguay beats Argentina 4-2 in the inaugural event for the World Cup for soccer.
World Cup final, all right.
Yeah. So the first World Cup for soccer, FIFA. Is
FIFA.
Or FIFA, you know what I mean. I call FIFA.
Well, there's no E at it, so you don't need to say it phonetically.
FIFA, yeah, okay. So FIFA, yeah, the World Cup. That was the first one in 1930.
Huh.
And then the one I really wanted to do was 1932. The 10th Summer Olympic Games opens in Los Angeles, the United States of America.
Yeah,
all
the
right.
32 Olympics. That built the Coliseum and all that around.
Oh yeah, that's right. We've been there
many times.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, but the 10th Summer Olympics was hosted in LA.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. 1932 Olympics. That's big around here.
Yep.
1932. Yeah.
Gonna move on up here to 1935. We have the first Penguin book was published, starting the paperback revolution. You know Penguin Books, such. It's a publishing company.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, hold on a second. Penguin Books. Yeah, no, you're gonna recognize this immediately. These guys.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah.
I remember.
Yep. What else do we have here? Let's see. 1937, Russian Politburo issued NKVD, which is that is a predecessor to the. Help me out. Putin was in it.
KGB.
KGB.
Yeah, the NKVD was a predecessor to the KGB. Order number 00447 to repress former Kulak and anti-Soviets. 269,100 to be arrested, 76,000 to be shot. Part of the Great Purge.
Oh my God! Why isn't that highlighted?
Joseph Stalin.
Holy crap!
Well, because it's communist, and our source is leftist, and what are they known for today? Like they don't want to shoot themselves in the foot, but they can't outright not show it. So they gotta just try to like hide it a little bit by not having it front and center. But that is massive.
There's not even like a link to the date like all the other dates are. It's
Yeah,
funny.
no, yeah, because they're
It's
trying.
not even hyperlinks.
Yeah, no, like they're actively, we're in a time where they're trying to, change history.
Hey, at least they
Like-
have it up in print and,
Yeah.
and on the list.
We got it.
Oh yeah.
We caught it. So yeah. Then we also have 1942. FDR signed a bill creating Women's Navy Auxiliary Agency Waves. Huh.
Oh, the waves.
The Waves. Well, I guess that is that same as 94.7. The Wave.
Waves.
That's not how it goes, but anyway, Mr. MTM. Oh wow, 1942, the last 42. Oh yikes.
The German SS kills 25,000 Jews in Minsk, Belarus.
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 Now.
Belarusia.
Belarus.
Yeah.
Minsk
Yikes.
is the city capital of Belarus,
Oh,
which was part of
wow.
the Soviet. And also, like, Minsk was one of the first people to pick up the atom, like, the breakdown of Chernobyl. Like, that happened.
Oh, okay. MTM, you got another really big one here.
Yeah, you do.
1945.
Was there anything else we missed, or was this?
No, I'm scanning.
No.
Unless there's anything you want to see, I'm just kind of scanning ahead. while you're talking.
3 through 45, actually.
All right. Well, for the sake of time, we got to keep this going. Let's
All
just
right.
move on to 45 here, please.
Sure. After delivering the atomic bomb across the Pacific in 1945, the cruiser USS Indianapolis is torpedoed and sunk by Japanese submarine I-58. 880 of the crew died, many after being attacked by sharks.
Ooh,
The
jeez.
inspiration for the movie Jaws.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, this was like the sinking of the Indianapolis. Right here, like this is a scene from the 2016 movie USS Indianapolis: Men of Courage. Can you imagine being in that life raft and seeing your fellow, Navy, soldiers in the water and getting eaten by sharks in front of you, like getting torn apart, blood in the water, like
Blood in the water just attracts them.
yeah.
They were there for days.
Yeah.
They had called for rescue, and the people on the island that were supposed to send out rescue got confused, and nobody actually sent out a rescue ship of any type, no boats, no planes, or anything. It wasn't
Really?
until another plane was flying overhead that they spotted people in the water down below,
Yeah.
like a week
Really?
later.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
actually, wasn't there I want to say JFK was there or something. Like there's some high political figure who was involved. He was either on the ship or was in one of the planes that.
It wouldn't
you were
have been
talking-
JFK.
Was somebody? Hold on a second. Which politician was on the USS Indianapolis? Captain McVeigh's pun. No. What president was on? Roosevelt.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, no. Served President Roosevelt as a ship of state and Admiral Spruance, so he wasn't
Yeah,
there.
Roosevelt was the president, so
Yeah.
he would have been there.
It says above it was the Senator Wallace
Wallace? Oh,
Warner.
Warner. Senator John Warner. Okay, well, there's something. We don't have the time to dig into that rabbit hole on the show right now, but if anybody in the audience would like to tell us more about it, because I know that this is a big story. It has a lot of crazy
That's
attachments
incredible.
to it. Yeah.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
And here you go, putting it in a time frame. My brother was already born, and I was a year away from birth. Think of that.
Mom was 4 years old.
Yeah.
So
My aunt was born in 1940. She was 5 years
40,
old.
yeah, 46 or 49. Those are the really two only interesting ones.
yeah,
Grab
take them both.
Whatever you want.
First rocket attains 100 miles, 167 kilometers altitude over White Sands, New Mexico.
Testing out rockets. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
testing our rockets, hoping they hit the firmament level.
and that's when that's around the same time as Operation Paperclip. I wonder if we already had what's his face.
Werner von Braun.
Werner von Braun, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we would've
damn.
just had him after the war.
1949 is
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Germany
I was
was
going
so
to
far
say.
ahead in rocket technology. Germany was way ahead.
Oh yeah. Well, the V2 was
yeah, the V2 was a rocket.
No, the V2 is literally like a downscaled version of the Saturn V. The Saturn V is just an upscaled V2
Yeah.
to take us to the moon. You know?
Who brought that? Von Braun?
Yeah, Werner von Braun.
Yeah.
As Rusty here said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, let's see here.
Yeah.
Miss Alice. I think it's your turn again right now.
Is it?
I don't know, because I saw one here in
I think it was-
1948.
It was
What?
supposed to be Ramos'
1948?
turn, right?
Oh, well, if Ramos wants to take a turn, this is a great one for him to start with. 1948, the
Yeah,
last one.
absolutely. Let Ramos take it.
Alrighty. Alright, in 1948, professional wrestling premieres on U.S. primetime TV, Dumont Network.
All right.
Boop, boop.
I'm gonna. Yeah, go for it.
Alright, so I'm gonna go with... I'm gonna go with 52.
All right.
Ooh.
Unless you want me to go with the highlighted one.
Well, I'm just gonna scan ahead. Try to see if there's anything interesting here. Unless there's something that you want, just tell me to stop. But
Ooh, 59.
Okay.
59.
go for it.
That's a good
There
one.
you go.
In 1959, in his MLB debut, San Francisco Giants future Baseball Hall of Fame first baseman Willie McCovey goes 4 for 4 in a 7-2 win over the Philadelphia Phillies at the Seal Stadium.
Huh.
Willie McCovey and Willie Mays, number 3 and 4 in the batting lineup. They were just vicious. I remember them well.
Ooh, here we go.
Oh, in 1965, LBJ, for those that know, Lyndon B. Johnson, signs a Medicare bill which goes into effect in 1966.
Government subsidized healthcare. Yikes.
Yikes.
Yeah.
And the founders of it were kind of anti-American, and I only know this secondhand, so I haven't really researched it. But their idea was this would break the country, but it's taken how many years to really get to that
Yeah, well,
point?
it broke the black community for sure. Well, that was welfare.
Well, what is this? Oh, this is
Medicare.
Medicare. Excuse
Yeah.
me. I was thinking welfare.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I thought about welfare immediately.
Someone should read 1966, baby.
Yeah, I saw that. Go for it, Ramos.
Oh, in 1966, U.S. airplanes bombed the demilitarized zone between North and South Vietnam.
Yeah.
All right.
That wasn't the one I was going to go for, but yeah, that one's also good.
Yeah.
Well, now it's your turn, Alice. If you want to talk about a race riot, we've been talking about. I guess it is riot season because, every episode lately we've been talking about race riots and government overthrows and coup d'états and all sorts of things.
Mostly peaceful.
Well, I was actually going to do something a little lighter of note real quick, but I can't read that one too, because I did see that one, which I was going to read.
All right.
1966, the Beatles, Yesterday and Today album goes #1 and stays #1 for 5 weeks.
Nice.
However, in 1966, same day, same year, we have the U.S. airplanes bomb the demilitarized zone between North and South Vietnam.
Yeah, the one that
And
Robinson just took.
Yeah. No. Did he do?
Yeah.
He did just do
Yeah,
that
he read that one.
Yeah, never mind. Okay, so 1967, we had the race riot in Milwaukee, and 4 people were killed.
Yikes.
So then we might as well go to music history again. Wow. Yeah, this lady. 1969, we have Barbara Streisand opens for Liberace at the International Hotel in Las Vegas.
All right.
Okay. Oh, shit, man, I should have done 1970.
Yeah, I see this. Why don't you take it? Go for it.
All right, August 5th, well, from today to August 5th of 1970, Hurricane Celia kills 31 people in Cuba, Florida, and Texas.
Wow.
Jeez.
Now I wonder, how many people died in each individually? Were there more deaths in Cuba or Florida or Texas? What are? Because that's a total combined between the 3.
You can just see the flight not the flight of it, but the direction
Yeah.
of it. It hit Cuba, went into the Gulf, warm water, picked up steam again,
Yeah.
and hit Texas, and
Yeah.
oh, jeez.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna mute my mic real quick, and I'm just gonna double check because I have a hurricane joke for the loon that I do not want on air.
Oh, dude, I want to hear it though.
I've told it to you guys. Hold on a second.
Oh, that's funny.
I hope no one can read lips.
Move on quick.
Let's see here. 1970, 30,000 people arrived to attend the Power Ridge Rock Festival, Middlefield, Connecticut, despite it having been canceled due to local residents' opposition. You can't turn away 30,000 people. They're going to have their concerts. Boo-hoo, QQ, deal with it. Let's see here. Boo-hoo, cuckoo, ka-choo, I am the walrus. And then...
Dude, speaking of, we have a George Harrison one.
Oh, we do, yeah. Okay, might as well take it. 1971, George Harrison released the single Bangladesh.
Ah, yeah.
All right.
Never heard that one.
No?
Neither
I
have I.
have. Dude, it's not a bad song.
And then in 1971, U.S. Apollo 15 with Scott and Irwin landed on Mare Imbrium on the moon. Cool. All right.
What year? I have a quick question. Okay, so that's obviously Apollo 15. Oh, what year was it 1970 or?
You talking about Apollo 11? When we actually...
no, Apollo 13.
Apollo 13 was, I believe, 71. When was Apollo 13?
I can't remember when it was.
70.
Like, obviously, it's
70. Good.
70, yeah, so I was right.
I said
about
71.
70,
So Alice was closer, was 70, yeah. Oh, on the money, not closer. But anyway, what else do we have? Let's move back to Mr. MTM. 1976, the first one, actually, kind of sad.
Or Protestant civilians were shot dead at a pub off the Milltown Road, Belfast. The attack was claimed by the Republican Action Force.
Let's skip over this Olympic one because that has nothing to do with the actual event. They're just trying to push more.
Oh God!
Oh, yeah.
No, just read it. That is like it's written as liberal propaganda. Like 90% of that statement is all about
But
whatever.
could you imagine if what is going on today with him and Jenner? He would have set world records for the women that wouldn't be broken today.
Yeah.
We can read the
Still
actual,
stand.
Yeah.
If he went in as
record
a
that happened in
Jenner-
1980.
Isn't that awful?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, guys.
Mr. MTM, I have one here in 1978. That's a drumming.
The Expos crushed the Braves 19-0, collecting 28 hits in an NL record-tying 8 hours.
Home runs.
Eight home runs, excuse me.
Yeah. 19
Oh, 8 home runs.
Yeah.
God, they got their teeth kicked in. Wow.
That's pretty bad, yeah. They must have been high.
Oh, and then 1980, the third one. That's kind of sad. If you want that.
Houston, you always got to take the actual swimming world record there, but if you want me to read...
Oh, go for it. No, read what you want. Go for it, dude.
American swimmers Mary T. Meager, 2:6:37, and Craig Beardsley, 1:58:21, both set 200-meter butterfly world records at the U.S. National Swimming Championships at Irvine, California.
Ah. Hey, that's not
Damn.
far. I know where Irvine's
Dude.
at.
It's pretty
Well, I used to be a
spectacular feat
swimmer,
for
so-
butterfly swimming, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I could never do the butterfly when I was on the swim team. Like, I could do it kind of, but, like, I had a hard time keeping my my legs together while I did that. I was like, ah!
You kind of have to just, like, imagine yourself as a jellyfish, because that's kind of how they propel themselves through water.
I tried to
you know?
imagine myself like a dolphin. It didn't really work out either. So.
Well, let's get back on track, guys. We have
Houston.
go for it.
Houston Astros pitcher J.R. Richard suffers a stroke and collapses while playing a game of catch before an Astros game, ending his whole career.
Yikes.
I don't even remember that. Wow.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Well,
Well, actually, 1981 in blue is actually really cool if you want to read it real quick. It's Xander.
actually, it's your turn, Miss Alice. Why don't you take both of these here, 80 and 81?
80 and 81?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so 1980 we have a new two, the new Herbie's gains independence from Britain and France.
Ah, that's big.
So that's cool.
And that's Britain and France, so they were like co-owned.
I guess
That's
so.
strange.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of that before.
Or maybe one had half of the other, like how
Yeah.
Papua New Guinea
Could've
is
been own
separate.
different
like,
territories.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, well, actually, Papua New Guinea, I believe they still have tribes out there that like still do cannibalism.
Yikes.
Yeah, but they don't like attack people and kill them. They're like it's more like I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing. Anywho, let's go to 1981. Here we have the Belgian Senate accepts laws against racism.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move all the way up to 1984. The Elvinus tanker at Cameron, Louisiana, spills 2.8 million gallons of oil.
Yikes.
Jeez.
Ooh.
Like into either the river, or either into the Mississippi or into the Gulf, which isn't the first time that's ever happened.
Now here's something else that happened in 1984. Holly Roffey, at the age of 11 days, was the youngest ever to receive a heart transplant.
Whoa.
11 days.
Yeah.
And I wonder if he survived. So I don't have the time to look that up, so I asked the viewers to tell us if Holly Roffey did indeed survive his operation.
Yes, otherwise they wouldn't have counted it as a heart transplant.
Sure.
Well,
Can I skip up to 1991, boys?
I think I know what
let's...
you have your eye on. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me just double check.
There's
here
not
real
much
quick.
other interesting things before that.
Yeah.
Except for the first, in 1990, there's something mildly interesting.
Well, 1990, 5 Bank of Credit and Commerce members were found guilty of money laundering. Good.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I saw that. Holy shit.
Wow.
Well,
the rich guy's a jerk. Classic.
Well, the one right above it in 89, like, Chile amends its constitution is kind of cool, too.
Yeah, I saw that. I was thinking about that, but I'm like, like that's cool and all, but like, that's not formation. They just like changed it, so it's not really that big of a deal. But I mean, it's still interesting, But 1990 here, 1990, we have Graham Gooch, the Gooch, scored 123 versus India to follow up first innings 3-3-3.
Not the Gooch we know.
No. Well,
the Gooch.
I'm waiting for you to say.
What?
What is he?
Oh, cricket.
Thank you. Oh, yikes.
Oh, you just had to say Gooch, didn't you?
The Gooch!
Yeah, that's why you went for cricket. Damn you!
Well, actually, cricket was just like, like adding insult to injury. I didn't know it was cricket. I just saw Gooch.
You just had to do
and
the
it's
good.
like, oh, this is also cricket. Like, cool. 2 birds, 1 stone type thing. Mr. MTM, do you want to take these two, the last two 1990s, please?
And 91, actually.
Yeah,
if you don't
go
mind.
for it.
Soldiers opened fire on worshippers in the Monrovian Church. 200 to 600 died.
Yikes.
1990.
Wow.
Where's that at?
Monrovia. Monrovian Church, Monrovia. Where is...
Well, Monrovia's down the road from here, but I don't think that's the Monrovia we're talking about.
Monrovia.
God.
Where is Monrovia? Not California.
It's in Europe.
Africa?
Could be.
Europe?
I don't think it's here. It's this country, that's for sure.
72. Okay, here we go. Monrovia. It's in Africa.
Okay.
Okay. Is the capital city of the Western African country of Liberia. Okay.
Ah, okay.
So that's where they were.
Oh, God.
Huh. That took a little bit of digging.
The same year, in 1990, the first Saturn automobile rolls off the assembly line.
Ooh, Saturns.
Saturn, yeah.
Hey, do you remember the Saturns?
Yeah.
Like, they're still going.
Like, are they still around? I haven't heard of that in a while.
No.
No, actually, yeah, they have SUVs now and everything. They're even, like, partial electric gas ones.
Well, that's a
So
GM
Saturn's still
product.
going around.
Saturn is a GM.
Government motors?
General, yeah. What you
Government
call it,
motors.
Yeah.
What else do we have here? Ooh, this is a good song.
In 1991, heavy metal band released their single "Enter the Sandman."
Yo, dude, you
Metallica.
you rock so hard saying Metallica that your mic didn't pick it up.
And turn up.
My ears are ringing now.
Yeah. Damn.
1990. What else?
Well, that was your 3, I believe. If
Yes, it was.
Romvisser wants a turn, he can have one, or we can go to Alice. 1992, Yale. Alice?
1992, Yale?
Yale.
Yeah, sorry, I just switched back over. So 1992, we have Yale Arab becomes Israel's first ever Olympic medalist when she wins silver in the first women's 61K judo in Barcelona, the 20th anniversary of Munich massacre and 500th anniversary of Alhambra decree.
Oh wow, that is remarkable. So
That's
like,
awesome.
so well, no, like, cause you remember the whole Munich thing. That was when Palestinians attacked the Israeli
Yeah.
team, killed them all.
They killed the running team or whatever from
So this is the 20th
that
anniversary of that, and this is the first ever Olympic medal for Israel, which, you know, like, not to spit in an eye, but I just find it funny that it wasn't gold. You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's silver. I think silver's just beautiful.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, it's not like Ronda Rousey who got bronze in the Olympics for her MMA fighting, so. Oh, damn, though. Yeah, 1994. Xander, I think it's your turn, but, like, the first 1994.
Yeah, 1994. I don't know why I didn't even see that. A record of 103.8 degrees Fahrenheit, or 39.9 Celsius, in Prischen-Lausies, Germany. Wow, that's hot.
Dude, yeah, that's pretty warm for that area.
Yeah. Moving on up, 2002, the accounting law referred to as the Sarbanes-Oxley Act was signed into law by President George W. Bush. Okay, let's take a look at that. What does that mean?
We gotta deny these accountants the recruitment tools that they need.
Lord.
Well, let's see here. Introduced. Okay, okay. It's just what is a brief synopsis of this? Well, it just says here it mandates certain practices in financial record keeping and reporting for corporations. So, I mean, that sounds pretty dry. I'm just going to add the link to that wiki in the underbar description below for post-show posting, of course. And then what else do we have? 2003. I remember this. The last old-style Volkswagen Beetle rolled off the assembly line in Mexico. Yeah, that's when they ceased operations in Mexico. So
the old Beetle entirely.
Yeah,
That was the end
entirely.
of it.
Like,
That was
yeah,
the end of it.
they stopped it in Europe, and then now they stopped in Mexico, and that's it. Like,
Yeah.
So, which is sad. Then, Mr. MTM, let's go back to you. This is a stoner classic here, 2004.
2004, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, starring Cal Penn and John Cho, is released.
Yeah. Yeah, they rode a
Very
cheetah.
interesting movie.
They
wrote it as well, yeah.
Yeah, they rode a cheetah somehow, like, in the wild in Alabama. Like, because that's where cheetahs are.
Well, no, it's not Alabama. They're up by, like, Yale and Harvard.
Okay, whatever the case, why is there a wild cheetah, like, in eastern United States? They're supposed to be in Africa. Like,
The movie was originally supposed to be In and Out or somewhere, but that company didn't want their business, and so they went with White Castle.
Speaking of In and Out, if you want, I don't mind going there today.
You don't mind going there, good.
Yeah.
Don't talk about the. You're gonna make me hungry.
Double with cheese and onions, animal style fries.
Move on.
Neapolitan shake.
You're like, I bet you'll have two number 9s, and number
Number
45
9
with no
large.
cheese.
Yes, oh god.
Do you guys know the hidden menu?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There literally is no other menu other than the secret menu.
No. There's the hidden menu.
No, I know the hidden menu. I used to work in the food delivery business. I know all the secrets, like the double grilled cheese at Five Guys. But anyway, let's get on here. What else do we have? Speaking of government motors, 2012. Do you want to take this, MTM? I think it's your turn, right? Yeah.
Yes. I'm looking at the. I'm looking on my other monitor at events and stuff. 2012, General Motors by Chevrolet signs a record-breaking 7-year, $559 million sponsorship deal with the EPL club Manchester United.
Oh, that's football. So.
Oh, that's where David Beckham. He used to be part of Manchester United, so that's probably why.
All right.
So they're trying to sell their cars in England, is what they're saying?
No, they're just sponsorship deal. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, there's. Huh.
Yeah.
The same year, in 2012, an Indian power grid failure leaves over 300 million without electricity.
Whoa. Wow.
Damn, actually,
That's-
the 2009 one's interesting, and the other 2012, like.
Well, let's. It is your turn, Alice, but we're already on the hour. We gotta just
Yeah.
moving up here. We can't talk about every single last death.
I'm gonna
so-
go to 2000. I'm gonna go to 2014 here. The death toll in Gaza reaches 1,346, while 56 Israeli soldiers and 3 civilians have been killed.
Yikes! Do you want to tell us about what happened the year before?
Oh, in 2013, the Pakistan or the WikiLeaks?
Yeah.
The WikiLeaks? Okay, 2013, WikiLeaks disclosure Bradley, later known as Chelsea Manning, convicted of 17 espionage charges.
Wow. Just for telling the taxpayers where their money is going to, he's charged with that. Absolutely abysmal. Like, I understand national security, but I mean, this is just disgusting. Just disgusting. You know, how they treated Edward Snowden. You know,
Well, this is why Edward Snowden is still in Russia right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what does that say about our government? Russia, appreciates him more than we do. Like, yikes.
Oh.
Oh.
I got a third one here. I'm gonna pop up to 2016. An air balloon crashes into power lines near Lockhart, Texas, killing 16 people on board.
Yeah, all 16 on board. I remember that. I think I covered it in a news story back in that time.
Yeah, we did a year ago.
Did you guys happen to see 2014?
No,
Oh, yeah.
no, Alice. What I'm saying is, back on this time in 2016, I actually reported on that event in a show in that year. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do we got in
I figured
2014?
that was what you're saying, but
Yeah. Well, no, you said we covered that last year. I'm like, yeah, we did cover that last year. But what I'm saying is, I covered it in a news show when it was actually news, not history. I remember when that happened.
I do too. I remember seeing it on the TV and shit too.
Yeah.
Like, it was sad.
Yeah. What are you saying, MTM? Why don't you read this for us here? 2014.
The EU and US extend sanctions on Russia to include banks, energy, and defense firms. Moscow denies the allegation that Russia is arming rebels in eastern Ukraine.
Of course they are. All
That
right.
didn't age well.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Let's move on up to 2017 here. China's President Xi Jinping headed a 12,000 troop parade at Zurich Training Base, Inner Mongolia, marking 90 years since founding of the People's Liberation Army. All right. And 2017 as well. Actually, hold on a second. Hackers reveal that they have stolen data from HBO, including episodes and scripts of Game of Thrones.
What?
Okay.
Oh, God.
Huh.
They really had to know how it ends.
Yeah. The dragons are coming, I promise. I'll order the pizza. You haven't even ordered it yet? Oh my god. Then in 2017 as well, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced U.S. diplomats in Russia cut by 755 in response to U.S. sanctions. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
All right. Oh, I see something coming up here. Yeah.
Ooh, 2018?
Or
between.
Yeah, well, it is MTM's turn now. I think this British 2018. And actually, why don't you take all three of those 2018s, if you don't mind?
The Australian Catholic Archbishop Philip Wilson resigns after being convicted of concealing sexual abuse.
Damn.
I mean, wow.
Naughty.
Yeah.
In 2018, British Foreign Secretary Jeremy Hunt mistakenly calls his Chinese-born wife Japanese in meeting with Chinese counterpart in Beijing.
Wow, how do you screw that up? Wow. Like,
how do you do that?
Not only are you embarrassed on a global political stage, but now you're sleeping on the couch.
Yeah.
How do you not know?
The real problem.
How do you not know the basic information of your wife?
You're eating shit at home.
Chinese, Japanese. Oh my lord.
Yikes! Oh my god.
And lastly, 4 million people excluded from Assam National Register of Citizens in India prompts fear of deportation and loss of citizenship.
Yikes.
Man.
Yeah. Well, Alice gets to talk about, this is a very infamous
Those
event.
post notes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is very nefarious. We have 2018 here. Official Malaysian investigation into the disappearance of flight MH370 is unable to determine what happened.
Yeah. That
And
reminds
is there?
Is
Oh,
that the
I'm
one
sorry.
that they never found in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, it's one of them. Like,
Well, I remember like Malaysian flight
Malaysia's the
300
one that
going.
I'm
yeah,
thinking of,
well,
yeah.
that's what this is.
Oh, it is?
Official Malaysian
Okay.
investigation. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's
So-
the one I am
Yeah, so
thinking
this
of.
is Malaysian flight 300. What I did hear about, like, ironically, is that there were a whole bunch of like tech executives and like coders and stuff on that plane that disappeared.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Yeah, and they were about to like go and talk to people about some alarming issues, which I can't remember what they were, but it's been so long.
COVID.
That's neither here. COVID. Yeah. Well, we also have in 2020 here. Barack Obama gives the eulogy at the funeral of Congressman John Lewis, with former Presidents George W. Bush and Bill Clinton at the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia.
And do you notice who's not there? Trump.
Trump.
They excluded him.
Yep.
Like, they straight up said, "Oh, you're not allowed to come here." Like, how
Yeah.
dare you? How dare you? You know, not allow people, like, you don't like them as a person, you don't like them politically, fine. But let them pay their respects. How dare you, Obama? How dare you?
Well,
Yeah.
also at that time, wasn't George Bush's dad still? No. Did he die
No.
in 2019 or 2020? I can't remember when
George
Bush
H.W.
Sr. died.
He died January November 30th, 2018.
Oh, God, so yeah, George Bush Sr. died 2 years
Yeah.
prior. God, time just flies.
Yeah, it does.
Anyways, for my third one, I'm going to go with the 2020 NASA launches to Mars, the Perseverance rover and Ingenuity helicopter aboard a V-541 rocket from Cape Canaveral, Florida.
Oh, so that's is that the first drone on Mars?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, not the
So
drone, but like the
it's the
first
one that
aerial
can actually
drone.
fly overhead
Yeah.
and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
The first
I
flying
figured you.
thing on Mars. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
I
little
figured you'd
helicopter
like
flying
that
around
one.
on Mars. Isn't that
Yeah.
wild? Like,
Let's do a flyby of Mars, shall
Yeah.
we?
let's see. Moving on
Well,
to
you-
2021. Reportedly, 1 out of 169 U.S. citizens are employed by Amazon in new figures released by the company. Now the U.S.'s second largest employer, Walmart, the largest, employing 1 in 100. That's yikes. Absolutely yikes.
Damn.
Centralized employment, like, because see, here's the thing: with how everything is going politically, you know, and socially and all that stuff, you know, these large companies like Amazon and Walmart and stuff, like we were having a conversation about this in the car earlier, they can just decide to not hire certain people, and then that really causes problems, and they're already doing that. That's what I'm trying to say. But 1 year later, just last year, last but not least, 2022, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky called for mandatory evacuation of civilians from eastern Donetsk region amid fierce fighting. Yeah, Russian invasion. So,
Call him Voldemort.
He also wanted to, for security, or maybe he already has, eliminate the general election coming up.
yeah, no, they've already done
Yeah,
martial
done that.
law.
Yeah.
Well, they're being invaded. Like, if they're not
Yeah,
under
I got
martial
it.
law, I don't know why they wouldn't be. Like, you know,
So if China invades
Taiwan.
Taiwan, is Biden going to do the same thing?
Well, no, because they're not invading us. They're invading Taiwan.
Well, if we're going to war with them over it,
Well,
then does he
then
do the same
probably
thing?
yes. Yeah.
Well, didn't Trump recognize Taiwan as a sanctioned state?
Yes.
So
Yes.
yes, we have a right to aid them if we can.
Oh yeah, but no. The thing is that would Biden use that as a way to instill martial law to become emperor of the United States?
That was what I was
Yeah,
Yeah.
like as if we're gonna get it.
Yeah.
No, we've already been invaded. They're infiltrating instead of invading.
Well,
Like,
let's not go down this topic in this show. So, anyway, that'll conclude us here. Once again, you can check the underbar, the description for any links you may be interested in, including but unlimited to all things Omni Coalition. As I said before, check out our link tree. For your dose of Passive Events Daily, we stream every day at 11 in the morning Pacific time, which is 12 Mountain. Who here is in Central? Anybody in Central? I don't think anybody. 1 Central.
1 Central, it will be 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yes. For all of you and all of us, I'm Xander.
I'm MTM.
I'm Rusty.
And I am the lovely who is Alex.
We also have Rhombusser, who is muted, probably getting the pomp on at the gym. And
Golden Loon.
Yep, the man of the hour. And of course, you viewer are you, and until you catch us tomorrow, or if you're interested in a, wag the chin, chew the fat, kick the old peanut around type of show where we talk about, we actually have a decent amount of topics for this upcoming show. The Kick Peanuts coming up at 3 p.m. Pacific time every Sunday. So yeah, until you catch us next time, whenever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!
Be cool.